Hello viewers, welcome back. So this is our 8th video as part of our series of video of the playlist Tally's Order Management module. In the last video, we saw how we can integrate the inventory department into the order management cycle. Now we will take another use case scenario where let us assume that there are certain rejections that have happened or the organization is returning some material which are damaged. How are we going to handle that? So here they want to return it and want to reduce the liability of payable less the value of return. So we will see in Tally how are we going to handle this event in the order management cycle. Let us go to Tally and explore the option to handle this requirement. In this video, we shall take a use case scenario in which the company wants to return some material that are damaged or have wrong specification and does not want any replacement. How do we handle this scenario and what impact does it have on order management cycle is the question. The company is returning material and at the same time they want to reduce the total payable amount as per the purchase invoice that has been already accounted. To handle this scenario, we are aware that Tally has a voucher type called Debit Note for purchase return and Credit Note for sales return. We shall walk through this cycle with purchase order management. You can try with sales order where a credit note will be used instead of debit note and delivery note will be used instead of receipt note, and obviously sales invoice or sales voucher will be used instead of purchase invoice or purchase voucher. I have already created a PO. This is the PO I have already created. We have seen creation of PO in couple of our previous videos. So let me save this. Now a receipt note is made. Material is received on 1st of May. Select the party and in the subscreen you will see the list of all pending purchase orders. Select order number 6. Save this subscreen and again as we saw in our earlier video, all the data from the purchase order will get auto populated and if all the item is being received, you just accept this because internally Tally will automatically now consider the purchase order as the tracking number. So we saw in our last video, this is the tracking number which will be tracked with the purchase invoice where then the impact will be only for accounting aspect since the material is being received in the organization through this receipt note. So save this, Control A, and the next one is they are going to make a purchase entry. Again, select the purchase voucher, invoice number 548, enter. Party is IT traders. Here the tracking number, which is the receipt note number, which is tracked with the purchase order 6, is what we had attached in our receipt note. So select this, enter, and you don't have to select the order number since this receipt note is already linked to the order, it will automatically pre-select it. So just save the subscreen and again we will see that all the information that is captured in the receipt note will get auto populated in the purchase invoice. Now just quickly I'll show you. You will see here tracking number is PO006, which is where we received the material. Enter. The item rate will get picked up automatically and again you will see this order is automatically, it auto skips since this order is linked to the receipt note, which the receipt note tracking number we are linking to the purchase invoice to give only effect to the accounting aspect. Save this. Similarly the other item. So the total invoice value is 4,18,900. So let us save this voucher now, Control A. The accounts department has now been informed that two Acer monitor 32-inch display are broken and have been returned to the vendor. To reduce the purchase value, to the extent of the value of returned goods, the accountant will now have to raise a debit note. Let us pass a debit note and see the impact on the order cycle. Let's say the debit note is made on 2nd of May. So select debit note, click on other vouchers, and you will see this debit note. The keyboard shortcut is Alt F5. If you remember, you don't have to click on other voucher. Directly when you use your keyboard shortcut Alt F5, the debit note voucher will be auto selected. So let me click on debit note. So the debit note is made on 2nd of May. You select the party, which is IT traders, and now here in the subscreen you will notice that the tracking number, there are no tracking number since the receipt note tracking number has already been tracked with the purchase invoice. So you select tracking number as not applicable. That's the only option we have. Again, when you come down to orders, you will notice that the order number 006 is not pending since the entire material has been received. So click on not applicable. Save this subscreen. The ledger account is purchase account. What is the item that is being returned? That is Acer 32 inches. Tracking number, you will see it is pre-selected as not applicable. Order number, again it is pre-selected as not applicable. The quantity being returned is 2 numbers. Rate will get auto picked up. Enter and save this. Related tax amount also has to be reduced. So select the CGST and notice that automatically Tally calculates the tax amount based on the rate that we have configured in the ledger at 9%. Enter and select SGST. It will get auto calculated, and for GST return purpose you will have to say what is the reason and select as sales return. And if there is a credit note issued by the vendor, you can capture that or you can leave it blank. This is basically for the GST purpose. So the total value that will be reduced now from the purchase invoice that we have accounted will be 28,320. So let us save this debit note. Let us view the party ledger. Click on go to, select ledger vouchers and select the party IT traders, and you will see that one purchase invoice that is accounted, which is credit payable, and on 2nd May there is a debit note of 28,320. So the net amount that is outstanding or payable will be 3,90,580. An important aspect we have to remember here is that no order number or receipt note number or references will be associated with debit note voucher in this case, and in the sales cycle credit note voucher. In the next video we shall take a case where the materials are returned like what we saw now to the vendor, but they want a replacement of new item. Let us see how are we going to handle this scenario in the order management in the next video. I hope you have understood this cycle. Important thing that you have to keep in mind is that since the entire order amount has been received, while making a debit note or credit note, make sure the order is not tracked. So order is completed, and additionally a debit note or credit note is raised for reducing the value of your purchases in case of purchase order cycle, and using credit note will reduce the receivable from the customer. So thank you all once again for staying till the end. See you all in the next session. Thank you very much.